I even have a name for this recipe. I call it my potato mushroom boil. Take a big stock pot, take 2 pounds of mushrooms or more, whatever you want. Wash them real thoroughly, white button mushrooms. Scrub them, get all the dirt off, drain them, put them in the stock pot. Take the lid, put it on, put the stock pot on high heat, and go to your big baking potatoes, the russet potatoes, put them in a bowl of water, get them wet, and then take your scraper and scrape all the skin off, or use a paring knife, get all the skin off, so you got whole potatoes, those big long baking potatoes. Keep them whole. You get 6 or 7 or 8, whatever will fit in one layer on top of the mushrooms in your big stock pot. More the merrier. All right, anyway, get enough so you can cover the mushrooms with another layer, and then put those potatoes in with the boiling mushroom, with just the mushrooms and the juice that they're extracting from the boil. And then take a bunch of cilantro from the store with the wire tie, or a bunch of parsley from the store with the wire tie, or a bunch of basil or dill, whatever you like. Take a bunch of it and wash it really good and just plop it on top of the potatoes. Put the lid on. There's no salt, there's no oil, there's no onions, there's no garlic. It's simply mushrooms, peeled, really good, beautiful russet baking potatoes, and a bunch of greens. Boil it, turn it down to a simmer so it can simmer a good 40 minutes to make those potatoes really tender, sort of like pot roast tender, where they get that juicy sort of thing from the roast beef juices in them. This time we're using mushroom juices instead. Anyway, get it so it's nice and cooked. And then take the bunch of greens out, and then discard the little wire thing, right? And put them in the blender with a cup of washed pecans or washed and sorted walnuts, and enough water to get it whirling good, and puree that. And then add some salt to it. This is going to be your gravy. And add water to fill the blender, and puree that for 5 minutes until it's really, really, really creamy. Put it in a saucepan. Heat it up. When it gets heated and thick, if you don't think it's thick enough, take some cornstarch and water and put it in until it's the right thickness, and then take it off the heat and put it in a tub, and you got your gravy. If you want to eat right away, take one of those big, beautiful, boiled in the juice potatoes, put it on a plate, kind of mash it up, pour some of the gravy on it, and scoop out some of those beautiful whole mushrooms, slice them up a little, put them next to it. It's so good. Potato mushroom boil with your choice of greens. Put it in with some nuts in a blender, puree it to make the gravy, and then take everything you don't eat and put it in tubs separately. Mushrooms in one tub, gravy in another tub, potatoes in another tub, and mix and match throughout the week. You'll be glad you did. Eat all plants, no animals, use no oil in your cooking, and you can have things like this and eat as much as you like for the rest of your life.